Hi guys, it's G. Today's episode is going to be The Good Place. So let's begin. Season 1, episode 1. Episode in this season, I was really confused at first of what was happening, because in the beginning, it's when Eleanor comes to the good place, but she eventually figures out that she actually does not belong into the good place, and she belongs into the bad place. And then she tells Chidi that she needs help being in the good place, help fit into the good place and pretend that she's good, so nobody realizes that she doesn't belong into that place and get taken away. And then eventually in episode 2 there was chaos happening, and what was the guy's name? Hold on. Michael. Yeah, Michael actually was the one who caused all the troubles and was blaming it on Eleanor, saying that, well, not literally blaming it on her. Eleanor realized it was actually her fault, which it wasn't. It was actually Michael's fault. And then what else? So then eventually what's the guy's name? Tahani. Wait, no. Jin Yu, I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I said his name wrong. But and then eventually, well, Jin Yu already knew that he doesn't belong, but he was pretending to be a monk, and so he doesn't so nobody realizes he actually doesn't belong in the good place either. And eventually he also told Eleanor, because he found out that Eleanor doesn't belong in the good place. So they both were and Eleanor told Chidi that Jin Yu doesn't belong into the good place. So, and Chidi helps both of them to be a better person. And then what else? And then I'm just gonna forward up to the ending, the season finale. Eleanor realizes that Michael was pretending that the good place was actually the good place, but it's actually the bad place. And he resets the the world, I think, or I don't know how to explain it, the place, and make a new creation, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, that part. Yeah, and then let's see. And Jin Yu, and I haven't watched this in a while, so I kind of forgot her name. 1 second. But Janet, Jin Yu and Janet also got married. So, and I'm happy for them. And so next one, season 2. This is when they got rebooted, and so they didn't forget anything they forgot everything from like the old place, from like not the old place, but like before it got rebooted. They forgot. But at the end, Eleanor wrote a note saying like, talk to Chidi about this. And so that's what happened in episode 1. If I remember, like Eleanor like saw this note and realized like, where did it come from? And Janet was like, oh, was from the past, like before you got rebooted. Like she didn't say before you got rebooted. But yeah. And then eventually, like in this one, or I think it was this one, or in season 3. No, it was season 3. In this one, Janet didn't want to tell Jianyu that they were married, quote unquote married. So she created Derek, like another robot, I think. I don't know if Derek is a robot. Like, I guess Derek is like Janet, but Derek. And so Derek like started causing like a bunch of commotion and stuff. And so he eventually died. AKA like he had to get the button pushed and like get resetted. So yeah, and then I don't remember much of this one. Oh, and then you got introduced to Bad Janet, because the Bad Place people, or I think it was in season 1 this happened, but like the Bad Place people brought like the fake Janet and pretending like that Janet was actually supposed to be in the good place, and they had like a fight over that. So I think that was in season 1 though. And then so the like for the finale for season 2, I'm not really gonna spoil it much for like the people who haven't seen it, but the judge, like, I think he gives like, no, that wasn't in this season, but Janet, like, Chidi gives like more emotion in this episode. I don't really remember this one, to be honest. Like, it's been some time, so I kind of forgot. But I remember like in this episode at the end, Michael resets it because he just didn't like the way it was going. So yeah. Season 3. Yeah, I didn't really have like much to talk about in season 2, because that season I was really confused, honestly. So I was like struggling to like pay attention and understand what was happening. But oh my god, I love Chidi and Eleanor. Like, I ship them so much. And I also ship Jianyu and Janet. I love them so much. And then Tahani's my girl. I love her so much. So she can stay single as a little baby Pringle. Yeah. Okay, so season 3. Season 3 was also really confusing. I'm just like going through a summary real quick on Netflix. Okay, so in this one, not Janet, Eleanor becomes like the leader of like the good place, quote unquote good place, to prove to the judge that they can actually change. So once again, I don't really remember this one that much, but in this one, like, you also saw like multiple Janets and like their emotions and all that. Eleanor reminds Chidi that they had a thing together in like before they kept getting rebooted multiple times. So yeah, and then I think it was like in season 2 that they got rebooted like a bajillion times. Or it's this one. I really don't remember, because that whole rebooting stuff really, really confused me so much. Like, it was insane. But yeah, Eleanor was the leader, and they got new people to like pawns, I guess, like different people, like Eleanor, Tahani, Chidi, Jianyu, all that, but they got like different people. And or I think that was in season 4. I don't really know at this point, but because Michael was scared at that point, because he didn't want like the bad place leader to find out that they rebooted that good place so many times. So yeah. So season 4. Okay, so season 4 is where like, yeah, so this one, it's where it got rebooted a gajillion times. And then not the gajillion times, but where it started to settle. And so the bad place leader, I forgot the guy's name, but he found out that Michael was rebooting like the world so many times. And so Michael, Tahani, Janet, Jianyu, this is like towards the end, and Chidi, they all escaped. And because Simone like found out like that the good place is actually like suspicious, and it might not be the real good place, so they had to escape, because the bad place people also found out, and they were trying to hunt down those 4. And so they went to the actual good place, and they solved out their problems, and then they went to this magic portal, I think, and they just went on with their lives, and they didn't need to be in that place anymore. So that was like towards the end. And then like towards the beginning, it's where, okay, so in the beginning in this season was where Eleanor was actually the leader, not in season 3. In season 3, it was still Michael. In season 4, it just became Eleanor, because Michael was just scared at that point. And then so they got different people to represent, and like I said earlier, they just did the same experiment. And yeah, I already told you. Eleanor was also like really sad when Chidi had to say like they have to reset Chidi's mind, because Chidi was going to forget that Eleanor and him had a thing, and it made her really sad. but she pulled through and made it better, and they eventually escaped to the actual real good place, not the quote-unquote good place. And they solved out all their problems. They had a list. I know Tamhani had a list, and she completed it, and she figured out her passion of what she actually liked to do, and everybody else also did. I found that really fun. The ending though, like, was really sad, but it was like a happy sad, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's, I was just making sure. Yeah, so that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a good day, afternoon, evening. Thank you. Bye.